Okay, I think everything should be working now. We're ready to record. So, oh shit. Oh, okay,
Oh.
wait. 1 second. I'm sorry. I think I have a meeting right now. I guess we're gonna have to postpone recording. So, I'm gonna go to the meeting. I don't know when I'll be back. When we get back, we can record, okay?
Okay.
All right. I'll see you in a second.
Okay. Let the room left me all alone.
Hello everyone, hope you're all fine, because I'm DanDee, and welcome to Dreadful Crimes Episode 1.
Episode 1?
Yeah,
No,
this is the first episode.
No, it's episode 2, honey.
I think that we're supposed to record 1 before 2, right?
You already recorded 1. Look on your channel. You remember? You good?
Yeah, I'm good. Welcome to Dreadful Crimes Episode 2.
Are you sure it's 2? No, I'm not so sure.
No, I'm not so sure. I'm DanDee, and this is TeTe, and welcome to Dreadful Crimes Episode 2.
Supposedly.
Supposedly. Well, we're gonna find out, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're gonna be back in London, innit?
Man.
Man!
Ew, man.
Ew! Men! God! Dad!
He has such a European swagger.
The exaggerated swagger of a European gentleman. Death stalks the Colonel! Colonel Sanders!
Turn on geometry, timing, and human nature.
We're getting geometry here!
Look into it, won't you?
Okay.
You know what geometry is during this time?
Yes?
Huh.
This is only the late 1800s.
I would have never guessed.
I would have never guessed. Hello? You're dead. Prescott's body. Louis Prescott, killed by a single bullet that entered his chest, passed directly through his heart and then exited from his back. A lot?
Oh, did it land on that clock?
I'm wondering if it went onto the clock, but also why is it leaning here? We'll have to look into that. So the blood stain spread in a way that indicates the direction of the bullet. Yeah, obviously it went over to that way. Okay. A banner. The banner for the 11th Regiment of Foot marked Gold Coast Ashanti campaign. A single white feather. There's a hexagon-shaped bullet lodged exactly between the numeral 12. The clock is still running.
I should return and find out about this.
Okay, yes, Evie, we get it. A hole made by a hexagonal bullet. The hole is bloody. Wait, that doesn't make sense. Why is the bullet lodged into here when there's also a bullet hole here?
Possibly the clock was somewhere else?
If he was shot here, it looks like it would hit there, but it doesn't look like it would hit there. Notice how it doesn't mention that the bullet in the clock isn't bloody, but the bullet in the the bullet in the bench is.
He was a good man, very honourable. I'm proud to have served under Colonel Prescott in the 11th Foot Gold Coast, Africa.
Okay.
It was you!
What? Okay, Jonas Hassett.
Prescott put that up in memory of the time he led a sortie across the Pra River to outflank Ashanti warriors. Things turned out badly that day. Horrific. We lost several of our comrades. Prescott wanted us to remember them.
Okay.
I was on my way here. Had 2 shots, I did.
That makes
Right at the
sense.
stroke of noon.
Right at the stroke of noon.
Bullet hole in the clock. That's a new one. It could have already been there when I arrived at noon. Or maybe it was the second shot I heard.
I thought you heard 2 shots before you arrived.
From what I can gather, Prescott was shot almost exactly at 12 o'clock noon.
Okay.
When Colonel Prescott retired from the army, he used his connections and started this munitions factory. He wanted the men that served with him to have work when they left the army.
Okay.
The young lads across the street were fooling with a pistol they'd found.
Oh.
A bullet must have gone astray through the wooden fence. Hit Mr. Prescott smack in the chest. Bloody unlucky for all concerned.
Apparently, it might have gone through that wooden fence. I see a bullet hole over there. And then gone all the way and hit him there. Beer. A large puddle of beer. Other puddles continue along the street.
Liquid courage, baby!
A target, handmade by the orphans. Okay. Stupid orphans. This just seems very unlikely. Like, if I'm shooting from there, it's possible. But then it exited that toward that way, so that doesn't make sense.
How high is the bullet hole?
It's about chest height. Well, it's about okay, either way. The point that I'm
like he would have been shot in the stomach, not the chest.
That's a good point, actually, as well. If he was shot, then it would have, the blood stain is wrong, because the blood stain would have gone toward that way, and it wouldn't have gone, because the blood stain's going like this way, it's going towards the clock. He was shot, and it should have gone that way. So, we'll talk to the boy.
He stood right there on a mark and shot the target. I went to shoot, but there was a loud bang. I was surprised and missed the target completely. It wasn't me who killed the man. I'm no murderer.
Okay, so this explains the two shots. One of the shots killed him. Somebody else shot before this kid shot.
We found a revolver underneath the lumberyard window. Don't know where it came from.
I think that we should just arrest the kid and, ignore everything. Impact mark. Appears a small heavy object may have fallen here. Perhaps a revolver? Oh, maybe someone dropped a revolver down here? Maybe someone was trying to hide a thing for a different crime as well? An important thing that I kind of forgot about. We can look at trajectories. And this is what I was talking about. So he was shot, if we're talking about the bullet hole, he was shot through here. And it should have hit him. The bullet hole that struck the fence apparently came from above, but it seems that there was a shooter here. I think that there was a shooter here, and then they ran to the back, because that's the one that actually hit him and then hit there.
Okay, where is that angle that's on the bench going from?
I don't know. It's coming from the wall here, which doesn't make sense.
Was it by the window, or do they only think that because the window was open?
No, I'm thinking that because the window was, because that's the only place that it would have shot through him and hit the clock.
Maybe there were two shooters.
It's possible that there's two well, I think that there's two shooters because that doesn't make sense.
Okay, so there would be a shooter that was aiming at the dude, but then the kids were also messing with the gun at the same time.
Yes, I don't know where their shot could have come from, but basically I think that this shot that's coming from up here, that doesn't make sense, and that means that the kid shot and it went through here, and there's not a bullet impact here from this bullet trail. So I think that this was actually over here, and then somebody tried to move it over here to incriminate the kid, even though it doesn't make any sense.
But people would have seen somebody move it though.
Him and me like to insult each other. I was a lieutenant under his command.
It was you!
I love the army. No one questions you when you wear a uniform. Anyways,
that's weird.
Every morning when he arrived, we'd call
you.
out and joke with each other.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, Prescott led a flanking sortie that went wrong. Lots of casualties. Some men called the colonel a coward, but it were really just bad luck.
He's defending him.
He resigned. To make amends, he offered work at his factory whenever one of us left the army.
Seems he respects the guy. That's an interesting thing to keep note, but it's weird that you're in here. I feel like he's gonna become important later. This way, puddle the spilled beer. We're gonna follow the beer.
The guy who we first interviewed was
James. So Curtis is at the shop, Earl is the kid, and James is the guy who is at the scene. You're Bennett.
Saw him each morning as I drove by. Seemed like a good sort.
a drive-by. It was you.
We lost an entire barrel of beer, damn it. I heard two loud bangs, but thought nothing of it. Later, I found a bullet hole in a barrel. Imagine that, a bullet hole. My lad
That's
Samuel
why there's
might
a
know
spill.
more. He's around back, tossing trash in the river. The poor lad. Fell on my doorstep a few years ago. He's in a bad way, has some sort of malady. Rides in the back while I make deliveries. Hard worker, very determined.
Has some sort of malady. I wonder.
What does that mean?
He has something ails you. You have a problem. Here's Samuel.
I just drop off beer. Don't pay much attention to people along the way.
Okay. Fair enough. That makes sense because he sits in the back.
There was an hole in a barrel. I've got no explanation for that.
A gun. Barrel depot, medicine, treatment for trypanosomiasis, a disease.
Wait a minute. That doesn't sound right. If he's sitting in the back with the barrel, he would have known something.
Maybe the wagon was so big that maybe neither of them saw it, but you make a good point. I think that it's kind of weird that he just sort of dismissed that.
Yeah, like you're in the back with the barrels, and all of a sudden, you know, a loud bang, and then one of the barrels start leaking, and you don't think anything of it?
Aren't you going to... He's like, I'm not sure how that happened. I would think it's a gun. I don't know about you. I would think it's a gun.
The way he said that is weird.
This medicine is interesting, though, because it's a disease transmitted by the flies in Africa. So that means that maybe one of them was in that campaign in Africa. These guys acted like they didn't know Prescott.
That's for some sickness I picked up a while ago. Can't remember the name of it.
Ah, that's the malady that we were talking about. So he probably picked that up in Africa, and I think that this guy's a little sus. I think that if anybody's a suspect, he seems to be lying a good bit.
Yeah, because like the place where the soldiers were that were like with the dude that was shot were in Africa, yeah?
Yes. He's acting like he doesn't know Prescott, but like everybody in the area that went to that campaign in Africa knew of Prescott. So I'm thinking that maybe we got a motive. That was such a poorly led campaign that he wanted to get back at the guy who led them.
I don't know. He's just like giving all sorts of sussy vibes.
He's our main suspect, I think. Sussy vibes. I think he's an imposter. The flat bears the insignia of the 11th Regiment. Somebody here is 100% lying. I'm pretty sure Samuel was part of that regiment. That's basically proof that he was in the same regiment as Prescott. A goose, a partially plucked dead white goose. Why?
Seems like somebody was practicing their aim.
Why was it plucked? Here's the barrel that got shot. Round hole through one of the panels. Inside is a spent bullet. The caliber of the bullet matches the orphan's revolver. Oh! Okay, so that makes sense. That's where the kid's bullet went. The guy who killed our victim here was the first shot, and then the kid was the second shot as the wagon went by. So, here we are. The guy did a drive-by, as you said, and he shot him as they were rolling past. And then, after they rolled past, the orphan got scared, and then shot the wagon by accident. An impact mark appears. A small, heavy object may have fallen here, perhaps a revolver. Oh, wait. Let's go in through this window. Aha! A Whitworth rifle, the first sniper rifle, has an astonishing accuracy. This particular one smells as though it's been fired within the past few hours. Also, a regimental insignia is carved into the stock 11th Regiment of Foot Gold Coast.
Well, now I'm thinking it's Curtis.
We need to talk to him first, though.
I admit it. I sell stolen rifles and pistols. All very hush-hush. Black market.
But what about the shooting?
I made that shot. Early this morning, Prescott challenged me to plug the 12 from my shot. I missed just slow. No one witnessed it. It was too early in the morning.
Wait, what? Say that again?
I made that shot. Early this morning, Prescott challenged me to plug the 12 from my shot. I missed just slow. No one witnessed it. It was too early in the morning.
So there was 3 shots. So Prescott knows this guy.
Because there's one in the wall, one in the bench, and one in the clock, right?
One in the clock, one in the bench, and one in the barrel.
I brought that gun back from Africa. I was a sniper fighting the Ashanti. I used that gun this morning for Prescott's challenge. It's the only Whitworth we have. I'd never sell it.
I feel a little bit torn about this because it's very possible that he knows Prescott. So it's very possible that maybe he could, like he just shot there as like a friendly little sport. He says that he only fired 1 shot from the shop to hit the clock, but they're both hexagon bullets.
So the only one who would have that type of gun is somebody in the same regiment, because that gun was like specific to the regiment, right?
I think it's still Samuel. Wait! Actually, yeah, it's 100% Samuel, because the thing is, it says that it was fired within the last couple hours, and that still lines up with this story. And somebody else, James, I think, was talking about how, like, there was a shot that was a little bit ago, and then there were the 2 shots that happened at the same time. So there were 3 shots.
Yeah, so the first one was Curtis.
And then the second one was the shooter, and then the third one was the boy. I think that because Samuel was trying to hide the fact that he was part of the regiment, and also because he's kind of weird, I think that it was him. It's very clear that this is a hexagon bullet, which is a rare thing. This guy sells rare guns, and he only has that Whitworth because he was part of the regiment. So if only people from the regiment had that, it's got to be Samuel. You bet it's Samuel?
Yeah.
Okay, let's go.
Lego.
His goddamn cowardice in Africa got me and
Yes!
his friends killed.
I knew it.
He should have faced a firing squad.
Damn!
Okay.
Very good sleuthing.
He was hiding too much.
It's a miracle anyone survived, what with all those bullets whizzing about.
Off to the clink with you! Death stalks the colonel. An army sharpshooter watches his friends die in a bungled military maneuver and vows revenge. Slowed by a tropical disease contracted on the Gold Coast, Private Samuel Fry. Fry? Wait, that's our last name. Is he related to us? Why did they give him the same name as us? That's weird. The colonel whose cowardice meant death for his companions. He taunted Prescott with the symbolic white feather. Oh, I'm an idiot. The plucked goose, there was a white feather on the crime scene. He left there as like a calling card.
Oh!
That's further proof that why Samuel was the one. Many bullets flew that day. A bullet from the shop attic lodged in Prescott's factory clock, a bullet from the revolver found by some children lodged in a passing beer cart, and the bullet fired by Samuel from the back of the cart. That makes sense, because that's why it was a round bullet in the barrel. Good stuff, good stuff.
Yeah.
Yes. All right, everybody, thank you so much for joining us on another mystery. This one was solved a lot faster than the last one, but that just means we're so good at sleuthing now, so we
watched a lot of Detective Conan.
Yeah, case closed. That really helped prepare us for this. That was still a really fun story, though. I really enjoyed that, though. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like, leave a comment. If you didn't like the video, then leave a dislike and leave a comment anyway, but it's not gonna matter because dislikes are disabled. Anyway, I appreciate you guys so much. Please take care of yourselves. Have a wonderful day, afternoon, or night. This is the Strafe, signing off.